guys, I'm Nikki.
And I'm Uly.
And this is our 2006 Chevy Champion.
Phyllis, our bus. You want to come in?
So over here we have our luxury kitchen. We have a giant 2-burner stove. We got this guy on Amazon. It was a little bit bigger than we expected it to be, but we do a lot of our cooking in the bus, so it actually turned out to be all right for us, and we have plenty of counter space otherwise, so it worked out okay. This is a propane stove. It is hooked to the propane tank right underneath. Our propane has lasted us a long time actually. We've been living in the bus for about 8 months now, and we've only had to change it once. And that being said, we cook on it most nights and sometimes even lunches, so it lasts us a really long time. That was something we were super surprised about. We did the bus because Uly really wanted to be able to stand up in it. That was like a big comfort priority. In the bus, we use pretty much all wooden and bamboo cooking stuff. So we have bamboo plates and bowls, bamboo forks, knives. All of that is stored in this second cabinet. We also don't have a fridge or a freezer or even electric cooler in our bus. We just ride with the Yeti. This is the Yeti 45. We can fit enough food in here for about 3 days at a time. So we're not really too concerned with temperature control. It's really like fruits, veggies, and leftovers in there. So it works out really well for us. For electricity in the bus, it is a Yeti Goal Zero battery. Ours is the 1400. They actually call this a solar generator. So we have a solar panel that we can take out. It's portable and we can set up wherever we go and just plug it right into this machine to get power. All of our doors in the kitchen, we have magnets on. This helps to keep them closed, and then we also have like latch hooks just for when we're driving in case things move around. We have 4 of these guys tucked away down underneath the kitchen cabinet. Each one of these is 10 liters, so we carry about 40 liters of water with us at a time. You know, not having a shower can be a little frustrating sometimes. Not having your own toilet can be a little frustrating sometimes. But as far as being able to fill these up, we've never struggled to find a place. There's always parks and always places where you can find water pretty easily. We just have 2 buckets here. We pile all of our dirty dishes in there that you can obviously see. And when it's time to do dishes, we just take the buckets out. We fill one with soapy water, one to rinse, and do our dishes outside. Really, we call ourselves like real beach bums these days because we do our dishes here at the beach park. We lived in dorm rooms, we had lived in hostels, so it wasn't too hard of a transition. We actually sometimes joke around that we have too much space. Like, we talk about downsizing and going into a van versus staying in a bus. So yeah, for us, it really wasn't that difficult. We did our conversion in about 6 months. Neither of us really know anything about carpentry or mechanics, but our main priority was to get traveling and get on the road.
So here we have some storage. The top one is food storage, so we store all our food, basically grains and all this dry stuff, pasta, nuts and whatnot. And down here we have basically anything that we didn't know what to put, and like chargers, little cables, pens, papers, all this kind of stuff. Here's towels, sheets in the back. And right down here we have solar panels, yoga mats, slackline, and these kind of things, hammock. And this says restroom. It's not a restroom. We had the intent to make it a restroom, but we ended up making a closet out of it. So we have a hanger where we hang our stuff. We have bathroom shower bags and these kind of things. We have laundry soap, we have cleaning supplies, everything that we want tucked away. We put it here. We never had to use the bathroom. We always use the public bathroom, so it ended up being a closet because we wanted to use the space for that. And if we move back here, we have the seating area where we spend most of our time, and under that we have some more storage. Most of the time when we have to do work online, we go to a Starbucks or a cafe or something like that where we can actually work online. Here is more like after work, when we come home, we cook and then eat dinner here and watch a movie or something like that. We hang out outside of the bus most of the time, like at the beach or something, so we don't really hang out during the day here.
Size bed fits back here. Uly and I are both really tall, so we sleep lengthwise, and it's a tight fit. My feet hit the end, and he's a little taller than me.
So Nicole's from Ohio, so that's Ohio. I'm from France, so that's France. We met in Cambodia, and we moved to New Zealand together, and then we moved here in Florida. And well, Florida is in the US, so I guess...
it's for traveling.
Yeah, I guess we traveled the US, so that's the little road trip we did. We have a big AC unit here that does not work. It's only a fan, but it can move some air when it's really hot in here. We do use it sometimes, but we do have to crank on the engine to make it work. So we
it really takes up a lot of space.
Yeah.
This thing's huge. We have a little map above the bed, which we just added, and we actually need to kind of fix it a little bit better, but it has our route and has everywhere that Phyllis has been since we got her.
Yeah.
And it's really actually inspiring. We look at this thing all the time and kind of think about like, oh, where do we want to go next? And the places that we want to see. So it's really cool to have the map up here. We love this thing.
Yeah.
When we're out in the middle of nowhere, we can open up all of the doors and just sleep with like the most amazing views around us and just wake up with it. Like it's almost like being in a tent or something. You just have this awesome view right out your window. It's super cool.
We work in restaurants mostly, and we stop, work for a while, save money, and then go on the road and enjoy.
Serving works great. We just go around and talk to restaurants when we get to a new town, and we just are upfront with people. We tell them we want seasonal work, that, you know, we're good workers, but we can't really commit to being there long term. And for a lot of restaurants, especially places like Florida, that's what they're looking for. It's actually a benefit. I do a lot of the driving, mostly just because I like to. I really enjoy driving on long road trips. I always have. We put in a new speaker and new stereo when we got the bus. We keep like our parks passes handy since we're always using those. She does have horrible gas mileage. I would say it's probably somewhere around the 12 mile to gallon mark. And it just kind of is what it is. We just kind of bit the bullet living bus life. At some point, you know, you have to make sacrifices in life. It's the downside of bus life. It's the downside of driving a big vehicle around. It takes a lot of gas. Shoes are stored up here. Uly's and my longboard, but he left his at work the other day, so mine's just sitting up there now. Bulletin board of things, of just like memories and keepsake that we've collected along the way. So it's really fun to look at this. You can kind of like see some of the things of where we've been, or just, yeah, kind of get a feel for who we are and where we've been. So I think that one's a really fun touch.
So we decided to name our girl Phyllis after the character in the Office, the show. There's a big white lady, and she's a big white lady, so we called her Phyllis.
In the back of my brother's car, he had found these horns, which he kept, and they've been passed around. They've been put in all different cars, but as soon as I got the bus, I told him that he didn't have a choice and that they were mine now. And that they belonged on Phyllis. On the outside of the bus, we also have these motion censored solar lights. So they're really awesome because during the day, they just take in all the sunlight. Sometimes we'll leave them in the dashboard. We don't leave them on when we're driving. But then at night, we can just maybe pop them up on the bus And because they're motion censored, if you like need to come out of the bus in the middle of the night, you have some light. If anything or anyone is outside, they come on and illuminate the outside of the bus, which helps us for safety reasons, not turning lights on inside. So yeah, that's just kind of been a cool little bus life hack that we found really useful on the road. If you guys need a website made, any graphic design work, marketing, branding, definitely reach out to me. I do all of that freelance online. You can check out the website at bardesigns.com. I also just started a YouTube. It's really awkward and uncomfortable, so if you want to watch more videos like that, you can go check it out at Nomadic Nikki and on Instagram at nomadic.nikki.
And you can find me on Instagram at Ulysses0.0. Ulysses, Ulysses.
Thanks for checking it out.
Yeah.
We're gonna head to the beach.
Yeah. Bye.